So overall, I feel like this class was a great experience for me as a future educator. I learned a lot of great things from this class. But for the epiphany of learning, we're only supposed to talk about one thing. I really feel like I got my epiphany from the last project, the disciplinary literacy project, when we had to go interview someone in the field. That's really when I kind of got my aha moment for two reasons. My first reason was because I was always scared to use anything with PowerPoint, and you force us to use something but PowerPoint. So I decided to use iMovie, which I never used before. I didn't ask for any help. I figured it out on my own. And once I figured it out, I'm like, wow, this is a great tool. Like that's why I'm using it for this as well, because that was my first epiphany. My second thing is from the same project, so I guess it is kind of just one thing, is when I was actually interviewing, when I was actually on the field and seeing all these things, and I sat down with the person I was interviewing, and we were just talking about high school, and both of them, on camera we were talking about his experience, but off camera we both were talking about both of our experiences, and it's crazy how high school really does shape students for the real world. And that's when I'm like, wow, like I know we have to teach whatever the bare minimum is for the school, but like I also want to make sure my students succeed after school. Whether that means I keep contact with them or just share my experiences or whatever it is. I want to make sure they're ready after school, especially if they want to go into the field or even if they're just looking for colleges. Like I really want to get them prepared for the real life world experience. And that was my second epiphany when I was in that interview. I'm like, wow, like high school is great, but how can I make it greater? That's where I feel like my epiphany. This is a photo that we took back in my senior year of high school that I posted on Facebook. As you can see from the comments, all of us still remember this time and we're all still grateful until this day. This class really did change a lot of our lives, and it literally did change mine because it made me realize that high school is a great thing, and that's when I kind of realized I wanted to become a teacher. This is a photo from a competition that we did for 4 AAA that we got second place in or third place in. And our trophy is still on the wall at school. And every time I go visit, whether it's for a clinical or just to stop by, I see my name because our names are engraved on this trophy. And it really just makes me feel great. And it's crazy how much of an impact high school did have on my future. And now, while I did have a great time in high school, this is not always the case for everybody. I really came out of high school ready to work in the field, and I came out with a lot of knowledge, and I was really involved in high school. But I want to make sure that that is the case for just about every student that I have, and it wasn't just a special case for me. I want to make sure that most of my students, if not all my students, come out of there ready to work in the field or do whatever they want to do. And I feel like when I connect with them, I will get that through them, and I can actually make that possible. So that is really where my epiphany came in. I know it's kind of deep and it's kind of spiritual or whatnot, but the last project really did help, as well as using iMovie. Like as you can see, I'm using right now. I think iMovie is great, and honestly, probably wouldn't have ever used it if it wasn't for this project. So I'm kind of glad I learned this as well, and maybe I can implement this in my future projects if I have students present. What a brake system is, or have them do a project instead of using traditional PowerPoint. Maybe I could be like, hey guys, go to iMovie, or go make a movie, or go make a Prezi, or do something like that. So hey, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed my epiphany of learning. I hope it made sense. So yeah, I wish everyone the best of luck in their future teachings.